This is Jamey from Stonemaier Games, and today I'm going to talk about my favorite mechanisms probably, in Draftosaurus, a game that I played recently on Board Game Arena 3 times in a row. I had so much fun that we just kept on playing it. It's a very, very short game. So in Draftosaurus, you're choosing one of two sides of the board. One looks like this. Look at this fancy camera work. The other one looks like that. They're both printed on the same piece of paper. And they just have a series of different mini games, basically. Mini games is a stretch. Different types of set collection based on where you are placing meeples, dinosaur meeples that you draft in your park, in your dinosaur park. And a couple elements that I really like here. I've played plenty of drafting games where we're drafting cards. I really like that we're actually drafting meeples. This will be a game that I will love to play in real life so I can actually pick up and hold those little meeples. I played online, so it didn't really feel like that, but I love the idea of drafting something other than cards. Drafting dice, I've seen some dice drafting games, but also actually physically passing meeples from person to person seems like fun to me. I like the variety of mini games. It's cool that they thought of a bunch of mini games and then they're like, oh, well, we have a whole other set of ideas that works, and so they put them on the backside. And so there are two viable groups of mini games that you can play here. But my favorite type of mini game on here, and a lot of the mini games are like this one over here. Here's one. You want pairs of the same dinosaur. And for every pair of the same dinosaur, you get 5 points. And this one over here wants different types of dinosaurs. There's one that wants all the same. There's one that wants every other to be the same, things like that. However, there's also a number of pins that are solitary. And I really like these pins because it's a big decision, right? If you can only put one dinosaur in there, whenever you choose to do that, it means something. It's a big decision to make. And so I really like these pins. I like the design of some of them in particular. There's one up here that says, this one looks at every other dinosaur of this type in your area, and if that dinosaur is the most common dinosaur, then you'll get 7 points. Most common dinosaur in your area. There on the back side of the board, the one that compares to that actually looks at the player to your right, and I think you get 2 points for every dinosaur of that type in the player's park to your right. I thought that was clever. A clever way to look at the other player. There's one down here. It's the lonely dinosaur pin. This one wants this dinosaur to be the only dinosaur of that type that appears in your park. So if you only have one and this is the only one, then you get 7 points. And then perhaps my favorite is this one over here. This is another kind of lonely dinosaur pin. You only put one dinosaur there. And then at the end of the game, you put any dinosaur there. And at the end of the game, you can move that dinosaur wherever you want as long as it follows the normal rules of the game based on where you can place dinosaurs. I really like that space as a backup. I mean, there's a whole game here just in the solitary pens, but I like how that's combined with all the other set collection in the game. So yeah, that's my favorite mechanism in the game. Simple game, very fun to play on Board Game Arena. It only takes like 5 or 10 minutes to play. And yeah, I just had a lot of fun with the set collection, and in particular, the momentous choice of where you put those solitary dinosaurs on your board and which dinosaurs you choose and when you put them there. I'd love to hear your thoughts if you've played this game or if you've played games that have similar thoughts and similar aspects to set collection when you have to make a really big decision in a set collection game. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks.